what is Sage Fixed Assets? A lot of people don't know that Sage Fixed Assets is actually a family of applications, of which the Sage Asset Accounting, called Sage Fixed Asset Depreciation, is the primary component. But there's also Sage Fixed Asset Tracking, which would be useful for those that want to not only manage what assets they own or are tracking, but what's the disposition of the assets. So Sage Tracking can be used as an inventory of assets, and it includes features for doing physical counts and assigning where assets are located, and even in the case of things like laptops, if you want to have assets that are checked out and due to be returned on a specific date. And then there's a final component called Sage Fixed Assets Planning, which is really for CIP, or construction in progress, and tracking projects that you're putting together that will become large capital expenses. You want to establish budgets and then track expenses against your budgets. Then once that project is complete, you want to convert it to a capital asset that may or may not be depreciated. Then it will tie together with the Sage Fixed Assets depreciation module. So they all work together. They all share the same database if you're using them, and they can all be used individually. So how does Sage Fixed Asset Depreciation work? It can be run independent of an ERP system, which means that you can buy Sage Fixed Assets as a standalone application for tracking assets. It's sold at various levels depending on the number of assets that you want to maintain and how many users that you want to have that get involved with assets. So you can have anywhere from 50 to 100 assets all the way up to hundreds of thousands of assets in your organization. And then for those that are using Sage 100, there's a pretty decent integration that would be a two-way integration that allows you to both record new assets through the purchases and also update general ledger with the appropriate journal entries when you run depreciation.